Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage. We are back today with a quick update, really, on the state of the game in the last few weeks, as we've had some multiple massive, large updates with respect to what's coming into the game. And I don't know how you guys feel, but it does feel like it's been quite a lot. Every single week, it's almost been, hey, guess what? This new team is coming to the game. Be excited for it. And then it's been quite some time since we've seen back-to-back-to-back weeks where either a new team is coming into the game in terms of, the last couple weeks where we saw two new raid teams being announced. And on top of that now, as of yesterday, we've even seen some changes coming to actual reworks of characters. That's been awaiting for those updates for quite some time, guys. So let me know down in the comments below how you guys feel about it. But it is quite a bit now. And as per usual, I always like to take a step back and talk about, obviously, my game priorities and how I'm managing the ever-changing landscape here of what's to come. You have to remember, guys, end of the day, Scopely is a, money business, right? They're going to be focused on monetizing. They're going to be obviously wanting to increase and force players to spend money, FOMO them into pressuring them into obviously using their wallet so that way they can get that competitive advantage. We've seen this with the way that things are situated with leaderboard events, with events that come on a weekly basis. I mean, gotta give credit where credit's due, as I typically do, is that these folks, these whales, dolphins, spenders, they're the ones funding Marvel Strike Force, so they obviously need to constantly have a carrot to chase. And that's really the incentive here, right? With these back-to-back-to-back week announcements here, the whales and the spenders, they are just salivating right now with the opportunities that's coming to the game. And at the same time, Marvel Strike Force, Scopely, they are trying to balance a fine line between those that are free to play like myself and those that are spending, because they need that incentive to stay driven and stay competitive in the game. So that's really the big question mark. But guys, always, like I said, take that step back. Remember, the ultimate objective is always to be going for that highly coveted, the most powerful mythic character that we have right now in the game, being Professor Xavier. Yes, there's new legendary characters getting released. Yes, Age of Annihilus is happening, and obviously he's situated for next year. But Professor Xavier is without question the best character right now in the game for all the game modes until those newer characters get released and until we have a further tune that's going to be replacing him, even if we have the newest team. But what's been difficult, obviously, the balance is we've had the new Fantastic Four team coming into the fold here. And for me, my two game mode priorities, has always been the arena meta. And it has always been the raids because of what they give us from a day-to-day perspective, the rewards, as well as the resources that come along the way, right? Raids give us that opportunity here of the Crimson Gear that allow us to elevate these characters all the way to the max level. Conversely, we have the arena setting where, obviously we're getting daily power cores, the most important resource in the game because of how flexible and the opportunity that it can adapt to given situations, whether it's additional attacks, additional campaign energy, getting an edge in certain leaderboard campaign events. The list goes on and on. Power cores also give us that unique opportunity as well to actually unlock a character earlier rather than later, especially when they get initially added into the game in the way of these limited time power core orbs for character shards up to a max potential of 180, which is unlikely, but either way, it's shards that get added into the game that give us that early competitive advantage. But what has been definitely frustrating that I can see from the player standpoint has been the release of two new raid teams. Remember, Emma Frost, Madeline Pryor, obviously both getting reworked, but part of the new Hellfire Club maintained and required for future raid teams as being part of that Annihilation raid. And then I don't have the characters aren't out yet, but I'm just going to use Green Goblin Classic here to signify the Insidious 6. That new team also being announced as the next tech raid team, with the combination there of Scorpion, Hobgoblin, and as well Superior Spider-Man. Very, very exciting, right? But remember, with these characters and new teams, that's a lot of gold. That's a lot of training materials that we may or may not have. And that's also why I play Marvel Strike Force in that hoarding mentality where you never know in just the flick of a switch when you need to invest in a lot of resources in a short amount of time. And in this case, we need to build up Fantastic Four for the arena meta, and we need to build up raid teams because they're required every single every single day. So then that really just leaves us now with some of the reworks that have been announced, right? So recently, we just got the update there on the fact that Infestation, they're actually getting a rework there. They are coming in now as a bolstered up war defense team. It's a team I also have not built up. So, you know, it's likely one of those things I'm probably just going to have to take a hit on. And then we also saw yesterday's announcement. We got the Secret Warriors, guys. So, not shown on screen, unfortunately, here. But even if I just go over to an example here of the X-Force, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, in addition to Domino, both getting reworks coming, as well as 2 other characters as part of the mutants, right? And then we also have, obviously, Phantom Rider joining this. So, you know, obviously part of the war team meta, but this is where I'm probably gonna have to take a hit, right? Any kind of, you know, war or crucible game mode team that's coming into the game usually is where I am actually ending up my savings with resources, because as you can see here, even though I have a pretty sizable gold balance at 923 million, it does, guys. This is why I always say in my previous videos when folks ask me why I don't spend the gold, well, it doesn't take a lot to spend it all, guys. So even for example here, but just go to Satana, you know, another character I've skipped here because of that curse team. And remember, my game mode priorities does not include Trials and Crucible. If they're required for some future game mode, then great, I can leverage that value. But for what I've seen in the last few weeks here, this is just not part of my priority. But check this out, right? Even just leveling Satana all the way to level 105, and this is again excluding all the gear tier levels, that's already 33 million, guys. It doesn't take a lot to spend all the gold that we have in the game, and as you can see there, the training materials that go along with it. So that's why, guys, we always have to prioritize and obviously make those decisions on what game modes matter to us. Maybe you don't care about raids, maybe you don't care about arena, great. Then you can put that investment into future Cosmic Crucible teams. But for the meantime now, anyways, guys, I am definitely not building up the Infestation team. I never built them from the beginning, and I am definitely not building up as well this new Secret Warriors team, because whatever I don't use there is what I can save on for my my 2 raid teams that I know I need to build every single day to compete with my alliance, which is the Hellfire Club as well as Insidious 6. And thankfully now we do have the Fantastic Four team already built up the way they are in the arena meta, guys. So anyways, like I said, just food for thought here, but hopefully you guys are also following a similar strategy. Make sure you prioritize the game modes that matter to you, because there's just no way that we have enough resources to invest in every single team that comes out. And in all fairness, though, you know, that's something that Dolphins and Spenders, they have to do, because that's the only carrot that they have to chase. And again, they're the ones that are making Marvel Strike Force whole and keeping this game running, guys. So that's why we need everything working in tandem with each other. Meantime, guys, that's my game plan. Do let me know what you think, comments below. How do you feel about everything that's happened as of late? Are you getting burned out? Are you just feeling overwhelmed? Well, remember to always take that step back and prioritize what you care about. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Thank you for your time as always, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.